Yeah, and bit for but for now it's just you just simply use these. Just high to low. Simple as that. So Goldman Sachs is still going very strong. Eli Lilly is fine. AMD is under a sell signal. Oracle under a sell signal, right? I'm gonna buy again. Okay, I know the trade that we didn't work out. I was hoping that when they reported earnings, that is gonna give it the boost, but that didn't happen. So the stock just getting punished with the CDS with their bond. So once I will see the official one of these buy signal, then I'm gonna buy this and take a revenge trade. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm not doing anything. Okay, just leave the stock alone and just simply wait for it, and then we'll just buy. ISRG. Um, got a full reversal there. Broadcom is fine from 166. Broadcom might take a little bit of a breather. I wouldn't. I. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised if Broadcom got hit with a sell signal on Monday. But I'm gonna watch. Yeah, you cannot do anything until the open. And you don't see anything over the weekend because market is closed when when Monday will start, then I will see this thing. I have a I have a pretty good chance it's gonna hit with a sell signal on Monday on this week, as then the stop goes here to the previous week all-time high. So we'll see what happens on a Broadcom. It's probably gonna take a little bit of a breather. Huge run. Look at that from 166 to 414. I mean, we bought them at 190, 192 is my price on this one. I bought them right here. Right. I think it's 192. Oops, right around here. This. Yeah, I I I bought those 50 shares. It's, the stock just hardly backed off ever since. Right there. You see, week after week after week, I just stick the trade. I was like, it's a great company. I was first looking for this breakout right there. You see the double top right there? Look how I got cleared. If the double top is gonna break, it just gotta has to take a little bit of a time. But you need a confirmed buy signal to uh, to kind of hope for that double top or triple top to break. I'm not selling that. Hell no. I don't even know if Broadcom is ever gonna see 192. I mean, I can be wrong. Anything can happen, but I don't think that stock is gonna lose this big of a market cap. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. With the company, it's a great company, I'm I'm pretty positive the stock is gonna hit 500 next year. So we'll see if it's gonna hit for the sell signal. Just gonna have to give a break for a couple weeks. And once it's gonna have another confirmed buy signal. That's what I'm gonna add again. So I'm gonna leave my shares as is. I'm not gonna do anything to it, but I'm gonna buy the leaps, flip them into an option. Let those shares, anything upside. I'm gonna gain them um, and any upside from here because I got a share sitting here, so I'm not gonna touch those. But if it's gonna hit with a sell like an AMD and stuff for a couple weeks, it takes a bit of a breather, and then after that, once we'll have the official buy signal again, you know, and this AMD is great. It runs a long time, it's a great company. So then from there, I'll add, I'll make like a option spread, and play the upside from there. So not doing anything right now, just gonna watch. Caterpillar, look at that run on Caterpillar. Jeez. That's what I'm saying. The reason that because we're going into a year end right now, we just want to show you the power of these weekly signals. Okay, you have to believe it. If you don't believe something, you're just not going to be successful. You have to believe what you do. It's very, very important. Okay, stick to the plan. You have to say like, okay, hey, I want to take this one and I'm gonna buy $5,000 worth of shares. You have you have this chart. When like every alert I'm gonna send, I always do the chart there anyways. See, like this trade right there, Disney. You always gonna see here, why are we taking this trade, right? Because it's in a weekly time frame. So I always do that. Same thing here with the Boeing. So I always take a screenshot and I'm just gonna post it here. It's like, okay, just let now we have now we're gonna let it work. So for now, we're just gonna measure this high to this low just to kind of see because we already tagged 209 this week. So next is 217, then 228, and then it needs to break this 242. Once if Boeing managed to break 242, it's still got a long way to go. If it hold, and then we'll project the upside from there. There's nothing to project that far out until it clears out this area first. Okay, this is the pivot right there. Pivot, when the pivot breaks, then we'll look for more upside. Okay, so you gotta have to look it up and see. Look at this Palantir. So it just it had a sell signal. Look how it's trying to come back the last 4 weeks. You know, so not no, I mean no official buy signal, right? But the sell signal still hasn't invalidated either, as you can see, because it still has to break 207 because the sell signal triggered here on 1110. Then the 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 invalidation goes to the previous week high, right? But look how the price is rebounding back up from the last 4 weeks. So the price is rebounding, but still hasn't made a new high yet. So the sell signal is still active, right? So your resistance is right there now. So this area right there is where the official sell signal triggered, correct? At 194.93. And this is the all-time high. Now, this is the key zone now for this stock to make up his mind. If this area breaks, that will invalidate the sell signal, then it will open up more upside. Oops, what the hell happened here? And that will open up more upside. Okay, but the point is what I made it before is you fighting a sell signal. That doesn't mean that they cannot reverse. It can, you know, but if it if it reversed, meaning that the price goes up, made up a new high, so the sell signal disappears, right? It actually throws you right back to the previous old buy signal, and then it has to run its course, and then it's gonna hit again with a sell signal. Sell is gonna come next, no matter what, at some point. Okay, it's just a matter of like you had one buy for several months, several quarters. Here you got a sell signal, then the price rebounds, takes out that high right there, right? And it goes and then goes up, making another high and stuff. Then for another couple weeks, nothing comes in, and then price takes a dip. Then you're gonna get a sell. You're gonna get the sell signal no matter what. It's gonna come. That sell signal right there is going to give you another buy. That buy is going to go up into another sell. So it's just a sequence. You can't just have one buy here, then you got another buy here. No, that doesn't work that way. Buy to sell, then buy to sell. It doesn't work from buy to buy or sell to sell. So those things doesn't work. Nvidia right there, see weekly sell signal. So if you see if Nvidia this month, it's been sideways. We had a trade that we did this week. Sorry, not this week. In the beginning of the year, and the first week. So I took that one from the daily time frame, just cashed it out. I was like, okay, I'm out because I know that it's sitting under a sell signal since 11:10. There's no buy signal yet. It had a pretty big run here from 104, went up all the way to 212, and then from 212 there goes a first. You're always gonna have a first flush from the top right there. So it's always gonna be a first warning shot at on everyone. Look at the size of this candle, okay, compared to all the other ones, right? So you can compare this one to this one, right? But look at this one out of from this low, from here to here, you don't see us anywhere this kind of a size candle triggered anywhere before, right? In between here, like a price can take a breather here and that can make his way up. So it's weak right now, and this is why the stock is just sideways from the last look 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks the stock is doing nothing. It's in the range now. So this one closed with a hammer as well for the week. So semis might get a bit of a pop next week. So this is a hammer right there. So does the AMD. MasterCard getting up there. Nothing here. Boeing, we already got them. G-Force had a sell right there. I'm watching this one as well. So this one getting really close. So huge run. Thermo Fisher got hit with a sell signal this week. Now this has a confirmed sell signal against this high right there. Google is fine. It was a strong stock. So it's still good. This is this is the one who kicked everyone ass this this year. Crazy upside. Google got bottom at what 152 or something. My entry is on the Google. The bottom right here, and I bought them on through my wave count. Um, so I wrote the whole thing up. I'm still in. I'm not gonna sell the hell no. This is the stock you want to own it forever. Google and Broadcom, these two companies just gotta buy weakness. So yeah, it's a pretty nice run for the year. And if you know it, I mean, all summer long, I've been telling you, every one of you, buy Google. 155 price for that stock was a steal, to be honest. One of the cheapest Mag 7 stock that time back in summer. Um, JP Morgan Chase is fine. Morgan Stanley. You gotta, you know, just pay attention what you're looking at here and what the power of these signals that you're gonna be trading next year with me. Okay? Yeah, keep paying attention to that. Very important. Kind of making a little bit of a range bound price action here. Has a sell signal here on Abry. Go something like this. Probably some sort of probably a potential triangle. Could be. What happened here? Some sort of a potential triangle. Could be. Lockheed is fine. Triggered a buy signal here. I had a bottom in this at 440. Now it has a confirmed buy signal here on Lockheed Martin. But this Visa, ugly chart. Amgen got a sell signal here as well now against 346. Very range bound chart. Not something I like. I like these kind of a charts. This is a mess. See, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy. It's not trend. You need a directional move, something like this, like Google, like AMD's, Nvidia. Like this is the trend that you like to ride to the outside. This GLD has a sell signal as well in a week. I know all of them. I'm just showing you. Lindy has nothing yet. Got a pretty nice bounce so far. Um, this has a buy signal right there that I'm watching. Expensive stock. Um, it's this is gonna break. You know, you see, like this thing is since 8/18, which is August, right? August low. Look what this price is doing ever since for months. It's like they call like a some sort of a ending diagonal. This thing can break. I don't know. So I don't know what kind of a liquidity. Like I look at them, but 600, $700 worth of a stock, man. You gotta throw some heavy um capital, for me to buy like, 100 shares, like at least like 250 shares or 300 shares, that's quite a bit because expensive stock. Accenture is fine. It's trying to make his way up. Um, has a buy signal in the weekly. So it's catching a little bit of a breather. They just had their earnings as well. So it's working its way up from the bottom. So they're not gonna just instantly rip through it it takes time because you find weakness, but you have to understand this that how precise signal picks bottoms as well. This is you're not like you're not getting stuck buying something here, or it just at least is showing you a pretty good time. Look at the low, 229. Look at the buy signal. Really? This kind of a risk? Just, just open the trade and just let it work. Did the price dipped below 233 ever since against this week low? No. It grind through like for what, 4 weeks right there. That's 1 month. One, two, three, four. There got the pop right there after 4 months. So you just bought something and then you say like, okay, well, 1 week went by, second week went by, third week was like, damn, position's not even moving. I'm like, keep dancing around, right? So week after week, because once the signal fires, that's it. There's nothing to look at them on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. This is on a weekly bar, anyways. Okay, that only updates on Monday at the open. Buy and sell is that I'm gonna see. That's it. That Monday morning is the once the market opens, this is when you're gonna see it. So whichever buy and sell triggers, that instantly doesn't flip after a week or two either. Okay, this is the fresh one. So it's gonna try to run its course. Salesforce has one right there. after that earning pop right there against 228 now, because that was a huge move on that earning pop that I got. So Adobe and CRM has a weekly structure built. City, nothing. JD, sell. Microsoft had a sell. So we went through NVIDIA, right? And AMD, Microsoft, right? I keep in mind that Microsoft is a double top. Once I will see a confirmed buy signal here, well, I'm gonna go in right away. So I'm watching that buy signal, whatever that it will trigger. Yeah, we're gonna try to play this breakout to the upside. Like this thing's gonna break. It's just a matter of time and when it will break. I'd rather just wait and see when we something triggers like this, and then we'll get in. So I'm watching. Um, FedEx still going. Charles Schwab very range bound. Let's look at that. You know, when you have a lot of upside right there, this is very hard to even sell something up at the top, because you see what price did, just literally went sideways for months. Sell signal triggered here on 818 on this weekly bar. And ever since there, now in December, at the end of December, you see price just literally went sideways. These are like a painful sell signals, to be honest. The best way to do is just to sell a call cutter spread up on the top. You know, that way you can just easily destroy time. So those are requires margin. So keep that thing in mind. Call credit spread is going to suck up your margin because you're receiving a credit up front. But time is in your favor, because each day you collect time decay and you have the expiration. And if it expired worthless, you get to keep all the credit, you kept all the credit. So you received the credit up front when you open the thing, but just it works the same way. So I do the same thing, like we just kind of tell you a hedging strategy that I use on on my account, on clients' accounts. Okay. I have a I have a position which is sitting here at 192, right? So it had a pretty big run. So let's say Monday, okay? I have 50 shares. I personally own. I'm not talking about their account. I'm just talking about my account. Okay. I have 50 shares at this price. Okay. Now waiting to see if Monday, or might not, it can happen, it might not, I don't know that. Let's say what had happened. Let's say it hits with the sell signal on this week we just had. Let's assume that we're going to have a sell signal on Monday on Broadcom, right? So the Broadcom, if that happens, where does the stop goes? To the previous week high, which is 414.61. So sell signal triggers, stop goes right there, 414. I have 50 shares. Now I know the price is at 340. Now I know, like, okay, there is an official sell signal here. I have 50 shares. Any downside that I'm gonna, well, I give back a little bit on this decline so far, which is okay. And the official sell signal triggers on Monday. Stop goes here. How do I hedge? I don't want to sell this. I can, if I wanted to, just cash it out. Then you're done. How I'm gonna get this position back again at this kind of price? Never. Or might, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, I might get it. The price can come back down like this. Well, we don't know. Anything can happen, right? So what I do is if I see this, if I have an entry like this, 414 is going to become a stop loss, right? Like this buy signal here that becomes a invalidation right there. What I do is just like I sell a call credit spread up here. So 414, okay? Call like 415, okay? So from 415, I will sell something, depends how like 30 days what the option chain looks like or whatever. Go like 450. Now this call credit spread that I'm gonna sell up here up on a top, right? It has a clear invalidation of 415. What I'm gonna do is that this call credit spread that I'm gonna sell, okay, I'm gonna make sure that it's gonna have a 50 delta on that trade. So I have 50 shares, which I'm long. I'm gonna sell a call credit spread with a 50 delta. So this way, my entire trade now is gonna have a zero delta. I don't have a time run in here on shares. The clock will start running here when I'm going to do a call cutter spread is going to give me the positive theta. Okay. So it all depends how widespread you want to make, how big of a credit that you're receiving up front. Again, is the margin. So now the price moves around here, 4, 5, 6, 7 points to the upside. I'm not really making anything because I'm losing $50 by moving up, but I'm gaining $50 by moving up as well. And I'm losing, like I'm making money when the stock goes up. I'm losing money on this trade right there when the stock goes up as well because I want a price to stay down, not coming toward me. So my trade is actually not really moving much, correct? Because I'm gaining 50, but I'm losing 50 at the same time because I technically cut the entire delta off the trade. What all I'm doing is that sell signal is active, correct, from here to here. If the price moves up, let's say like this, correct, those 50 shares that I have working from here obviously is going to go up, correct, if the price is going to go right back to 415. But the trade that I did on the call credit side, okay, that is going to be a loss, correct? So if the price goes up, let's say if it takes out that sell signal invalidation right there, which is a 415.61, okay, it means what? The sell signal failed, the price end up making a higher high, correct? So you simply close out that trade. Not the shares, that spread right there. So the shares that is rallying going up, you're gonna make money on those. But the call cutter spread that you sold, you're gonna lose money on that one, correct? If the price, so it's just the same thing. You just want to keep those 50. You don't want to touch them. Okay. You're trying to hedge. They'll give you a full defined stop loss right there to see where exactly you have to cut the trade. Time is in your favor, but you just want to make sure that the price stays down for, let's say you want to do 2 weeks. Okay, well, if you're gonna do 2 weeks, you're gonna go up that much high right there. You're not gonna get that much credit anyways. So if you have to go out at least like a month. month and a half. This is a weekly candle anyway. So, the point again is not like a quick reversal back up. Like, okay, here's a sell signal here, sell signal triggered, here's your stop loss. You see the next week, a week after that, how it comes in to see if the price, because this swing right there, that's your full swing. That's the lower high. That's the lower low, right? So from here, the price is trying to see if it can take out this swing high. Didn't happen. Then the price took a dive, right? So in this case right there, is what I do. I just completely cut the delta off the trade. So I know that if the price is going to go up against me back to this point, my shares will go up, of course, but I'm going to lose money on the spread that I did. I'm just gonna simply going to close the spread. So the credit that I received, whichever the amount is, let's say I received $400, okay, and the 400, the credit that I received, and then the price end up going making a higher high. Let's say I lose $200. So well, depends on the number of contracts as well. So I'm just giving you an example. Could be a 400, you will lose 300. You know, so that's your loss because you have to cut the trade here. You don't want to hold the trade with the call credit spread, if the signal fails, meaning now the price already has made a new higher high, and price is gonna continue to the upside. So that's the hedging strategy that I always use all the time because I don't want to give up my position. I've had several positions that are very low over the course that I have no attention or planning to sell anytime soon. So I just keep on hedging this way. So it works pretty good. If I can able to, you know, I mean, depends on if I have more shares and things like this. So it just like, I mean, 30 days is ideal because credit is, you're receiving a credit, you want to have calls to decay fast. You don't want to go out too much on time. You can always roll another one. So you got to just go month to month. That's the best way to do it, because you still need what, another 2 3 weeks of a higher weekly bars, the higher highs for this thing to flip anyways. So the only thing is you are way more comfortable doing it if you have enough capital. Keep it in mind. Okay, like some of these stocks, there are big, like, three, four, $500 stock. They're gonna suck up a lot of margin. So this is using leverage, but you're not fully exposed to the full risk. Okay, so you exactly know what my high is. You just goes off when the sell signal triggers. All you're trying to do is just trying to hedge 50 delta a stock like this to, I don't know how much it receives. I have to look at the option chain. I mean, think can cost you, I don't know, 20 grand, $25,000, let's say. Okay, so you gotta have to understand this, that you're using $25,000. Let's say you receive $700 worth of a credit. Okay, so these are the things you have to keep it in mind. So I have to adjust to see how many number of contracts I have to do to bring 50 delta with the number of amount of shares that I'm holding. Okay, so I don't have any issue with the capital, but I just bring them into because I just want to cut the delta. So that's the plan. So this is a um so because the thing is, if the price comes back down, your shares are losing. the shares that you're holding and losing money, right? But you receive the credit there for a whole month, at least it's gonna it's gonna offset some of the money that you're giving back. So that's what it is. So you're minimizing your downside risk by selling a call credit spread, and then one month goes by and you didn't see you can still see there's still a sell signal there. So you close out that one, pretty much goes to zero, and you get to keep the full credit. So it depends where the price was at that point, and then you roll another month. You just keep doing month after month after month. You keep receiving credit. And then as soon as the buy signal triggers, then open up the upside. So I don't add shares. Okay. Next time if something triggers around here, it's gonna average my entry. I don't want to, like, I have shares here, then I want to buy shares here. Well, first it's gonna cost me more because I paid 192 and I want to buy shares more at 365. So look at the price difference first of all. So it's gonna cost me a lot more to buy shares. I'm not gonna do that. So any upside from there is gonna be an option. I'm gonna do an option spread. Okay. So this is what I do. This is how I manage and run people's portfolio, manage my own accounts. Well, I trade with you guys, which is mostly swing trading, and some of you who like to buy shares and stuff that I do those as well. But this is how I manage. So I run. So I have several credit spares that are working now. Some of them are as option positions based on so it's all varies. So I'm always watching, managing, and just again, it's strictly everything is pretty much based off this. No daily time frame, no 1 hour. I care less about those time frames. Just you get too many false signals. First of all, that's number one thing. Okay. When you get too many false signals, you just like you want to trade, this. Let me show you look at this. This is futures E-mini. This is 1 hour. Okay. You want to trade this. This is 1 week. Started from here. From here. It's just Sunday right there. A little line right there. So this is 1 week of price action from Sunday to Sunday. What do you think? What do you think you're gonna make here? It's not like that it doesn't move. It does, but look at the mess. I can go to take you to a smaller time. It's gonna work the same way, but you trading noise. I'm not comfortable throwing money in this kind of a this kind of a mess, right? Look at this. It's just like daily at least kind of gives you a good run, but weeklies is where it's gonna cut all your BS. This is the clean chart. Where to buy, where to set a stop, let it work. Okay. New year 2026, your number one approach toward technicals must be a weekly chart only. I tell you all the time, I'm going to keep reminding you every single day and every single week on a Zoom call as well. Weekly is the structure, is where the structure builds. Okay, this is the main engine. any other time frame, okay, daily, 4 hour, half day, 1 hour, 30 minutes, it's all the little small moving parts. You want to make a good return over the time, focus on this time frame. No noise, clean rides up and down, you know? And when there is a buy signal, you act. You don't think anything. Just act and wait. I don't know why. No, I think it's check the table downstairs. I don't know. There's I don't know on the table. Check. There's few. I don't know. I gotta check downstairs. There's some cards over there on the table. So you just Microsoft doesn't have. Let's go. Apple is fine. Okay, because it's from Apple and the cloud. More long this one's. It is just, geez, it's just crazy. 41 to 119. I mean, the thing is this, that you seriously telling me that the next year we're not going to be able to catch some of these runs? Of course you will. You don't, it doesn't mean that the next 10 is going to be playing out the same way. We don't need those 10. We need few of them. Those few, these kind of a runs like this, that the stock runs from like 50 to 150, 200, that's what you will catch. Okay. So it will keep you in a trade for a very long time. That is the whole point for this. Okay. Like 43 to 83, a bankrupt company. It was. Like these thing runs a long time. Qualcomm, see, has a sell signal. AMD, Nvidia, Qualcomm. You see, and it's there's a bit of a bounce can come, but like weekly time frame is weak on a semi. So I wouldn't be looking at here the 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 Q1 is gonna be a breather. What the heck it went there? You have a three-quarter run for a 47% upside for 2025. Okay, so there's a pretty good chance that the semi is going to take a breather in Q1 before it start running in Q2. So if you, I mean, NVIDIA, you can always see is already, it's the way that what the stock is doing is up 30, 35% for the year, but for Q4, it's just almost slightly down. you know. So the first quarter that everything got hit because of the sell-off, right? And then everything pretty much reversed in a Q2, and then Q3 was pretty decent. And just Q4, it's flat. Month is flat. So does the quarter, like 1.6 when you see, like everything is just except for this. Healthcare had a 8% move. So we'll see. This one has a buy signal here. I'm watching this one. Amazon under a sell signal. See? So it triggered a buy signal yesterday, right there. I showed to you yesterday. Now the keep in mind that 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 this buy signal cannot run. It can, But you have to understand this that we have a weekly signal sitting on our head. Okay. So just switch in time. So we have a trade open on this one. I think it's I'm almost near the break even now. I think it's down like I don't know, $200, I believe. But I bought a lot of time on this. It's like, went out almost 70 days on this one. So we got a lot of time on that one. If daily can work his way up, it will help the weekly in a week or two, you know. So this invalidation here for this weekly signal is 251 of that weekly high right there. Okay, so this thing can only fail once the price breaks above 251. So our bracket right now is this. We're gonna defend 220.99, okay, on the daily time frame, and then our upside capped at 251. So our range is from 220 to 250 is 30 points. Okay. This is a sell. This 251 is the invalidation of this one. And then on the daily, which you're not going to see it here because it's a different time frame, it's against this low. Which you're going to have because it shows the same week low here, but on a daily, you're going to have several more other because you're on a small time frame. Okay, so our range right there on Amazon for now is a clear 30-point range. If this holds, okay, fine, can make a move up. If it fails, then of course price is going to make a more room to the downside. So then the daily time frame has to flip again. See, it's already getting choppy. You see how close these signals are? 222 to 233 and then 224. So getting really close. So the price is definitely starting to get a little, it's getting squeezed. So that's where signal's going to get real choppy. So we'll see. I mean, if Amazon can pop a little bit up till here, I mean, I will cash out the trade and move on. You know, I'm more focused on this every day. Okay, daily is fine. That will give us like where the market, what everything is, what is going on. But weekly is the most important thing. IBM sell signal here against 324 high. DHR Netflix is down here. It's gonna find support here at 94. Should be able to get a move back to 100 pretty soon. Um, PayPal is almost here. It's ugly chart. Nice run. Banks have pretty good, like Citibank, Bank of America. All these banks had a wild run the way they're going. They're all due for a sell signal. Keep in mind for financials. Okay, yeah, they're not gonna run forever. You know that. So they're all gonna be 3M got one here. Pfizer, not that's grind up. This is a mess. TXN right has one right there on that big pop right there against 158. But now we have TXN, but we have Broadcom a little weaker, NVIDIA sell, AMD sell, Qualcomm sell, right? And this one had a buy here. So I don't know it's going to run on its own, but we need a top leaders to run. Adobe had a buy signal here. So on a weekly time frame that came. So CRM had a buy signal, Adobe had a buy signal. Okay. Against this low right there, which is 12.1 weekly low triggered here. Then inside week close out of a hammer as well. So get some upside from here. CVS sideways chop. SPG is okay. MetLife The stock got a monster move. AIG. This huge pop this week. I imagine you bottom right on Monday open. Look at that week. Crazy. UPS had a buy signal. I know that. So this one is working on the way up. UNP very choppy. I want to buy this one. We did a trade last time. I did those leaps. It played out really well. It was actually worked out really fast as well. I've been watching this stock and because I go through them, but it just I'm not in love with this kind of a price action. Watching this one and this Mondelez Conoco, it's just oil is just too choppy. Coke had a sell signal. Uber has a sell. This one is working crazy for a long time against this high right there. See, sell signal triggered on October 13th against 10.6 high, which is 101. Look how just we'll buy Uber when the time comes, but there's nothing there. I'm watching. Just gonna watch. We're gonna catch what triggers. Simple as that. Other than that, I'm not interested. Like if Uber can pop right back up to 89 or something, fine, it can. Well, it's not gonna go down forever either, right? It's gonna stop and stock is gonna can move. But that doesn't make a buy. Just wait for the PM has buy signal here trying to work his way up. Walmart is still going. What I said, Mickey Mouse, we already got it. Comcast, nothing. United sell. Yeah, know that. Target had a buy, so trying to catch some upside. Starbucks has a buy right there. Very choppy, grindy move, but just another failed company. This one right there. Pepsi had a sell signal against fighting this high right there. I want to buy this one as well. This. But looking at the consumer staple sector, because your top leader is Costco, and these stocks are not going to go too far, because Costco puts so much pressure on the overall sector. It just these stocks just they don't go too far. Then you have to look at the always look at the leaders. The Costco 850, 860 has it's has a potential to carve a bottom here for a little time being, but there's no official signal yet. But I'm watching another screen on the Optima side that should do something. So this one had a sell signal here. This NEE EMT. This is a trash. It's been going on for a long time. So down. And then baby oil right there, a pretty big run. Here's Costco right there. Huge hit. Yeah, it should be this 860 is it's this area right there should show some buying, but it's been down for a long time. It's down 6.62% for the year. So it will be due for a buy. I will definitely get into it, but little small counter trend move, you know, 850, 860, 70, 10, 15 point call spread. I wouldn't mind swinging it on a because even a shorter time frame is a mess as well. You see, the thing is this that I I is what I focus most of the time is to catch a double buy, meaning that there is a buy on a weekly and there's a buy on a daily. Those, but they don't come that often, is because you're trying to match two time frame. So once in a while they do, And once I catch one, yeah, those are the ones you gotta go in with a little bit more heavy size. So this is a Tesla. Tesla is fine. See, open that's a daily chart. I'm gonna go to the weekly. Weekly is from here. So yeah, Tesla is okay. Tesla had a pretty weird double inside day. It's called the shark pattern, you know. So we'll see how the Monday plays out. But the only thing that I don't like about is this. It's on a daily time frame, not on a weekly time frame. The this I don't. It's on the 11th swing right now, going up, and this number is going up and up. Okay, so I don't know if Tesla can survive the Q1, but in one is gonna take a bit of a breather at some point. Okay, yeah, higher and higher the number gets, yeah, you're gonna have a very high chance the thing is gonna roll over. Okay. Now the only time that it will roll over is it has to take out the previous swing low. That will become one, then two, and then, just to kind of reset. Because the stock that did that, I believe, I think it was Palantir was the one went up to a very high right there. See, it went up to 19, 20, 21 it failed. And it kind of reset right there to one. And then it just rips right back up. So the number needs to reset at some point. There's some of them are pretty, and Nvidia is fine. It's a 1-2 swing on a daily as well. These are those volatility ATR swing. I do just watch it for a hint, nothing special, just to watch the sequence um, of these ones. So I have my own system that it's just volatility swings, but I'm more into a 3 bar swings. So 3 bar swings are lot less noise and gives you a little better read previous high and lows to see this is a lower high swing, right? Higher low, lower high. Didn't make a new low yet. You see 170. The last 4 weeks we looked them up on the weekly time as a sell signal just totally sideways. So the range for Nvidia is this. So which side we break? That's the range for the last 4 weeks between 170 and 188. So T-Mobile, I'm watching this. Bought a few shares yesterday on this. No, last week actually. Um, there's some interest here at this. We'll see what happens. John Deere, choppy move. BLK had a buy here as another $1,000 stock. Meta is fine. Meta is fine. So Meta 597.63 is the level on a weekly must hold. Okay. I have shares, so that we bought and 680, I believe. 680. So it has upside. Meta is good. It took this leg down. Um, so definitely kind of looks good going into a next year. So Meta can run from here would be really nice. So we'll see what happens. Nike got destroyed. There goes your. See, remember I told you that it had a buy signal, and then here comes the earning flush. That's see the sell signal the buy signal, sorry, that you saw before. I gotta see it disappeared. Yeah, as soon as you're gonna break this low right there, which was the 61.87, see that's gone. Now it has to wait another couple weeks to give you another fresh buy signal. That was just didn't work because this is the earning flush right there. That's the biggest risk. That's where you're gonna get flushed out. But on the other side, that you look at them up on when I told you about the Lulu, look how Lulu went. Lulu had a weekly buy signal a week before earnings. Here's the earning pop right there. So from here to here. Yeah, don't, the thing is this, that the signal is active, but it can reverse on you as well. That's when we're wrong. So in this case right there, there's 166 and it must hold 160.96 low. The price cracks lower. That's it. Goes back to this. Game over. So same thing. What happened here? There was a buy signal here. This week went, and this week they reported earnings. Look at the flush back down. I don't even know it's an ABC. It was gonna go right back to the lows. This thing is just not a big fan of Nike, to be honest. Low has a buy signal here. Tested 253 so far. Kind of backed off. So that's it. Berkshire Hathaway has a sell now for the mean version. Oh boy. Now this one is going to go back to the highs, not to the previous day low. This is a zigzag pattern that I have in there. So this is, you gotta watch this one. Oops, like a little bearish flag right there against this. So would be the bet against 516. I can I would look that up, but just do a call cutter spread here against this high. And that's it. It can stay like this or it comes down like this. I mean, you're gonna max it out anyway. So if the price reverses back to this, then you're done. You mean didn't work out. Selling highs is my my personal experience, and the right way to do it is the call curve spread. But I really like high premium. High, expensive the premiums are, better to sell. But so you just gotta look it up and see, because that's it. We covered almost 100 stocks. We can look at the sectors. Oops. Okay, so let's start with utilities. Under pressure for several weeks. So that is not helping. Correct. XLY making his way up thanks to what? Tesla. Amazon is a clear pig. That's the high. See how many attempts it made. Now it's trying to, it should make a room to the upside because this is where the wall was. So XLP right there, fine. This is where the Costco is. Real estate is a nightmare. Oh my God. Look at this thing is what, March 10th, right? So from March 10th until the end of the year. Look at this real estate. The only bet that you can make on this real estate right now is basically just a lower rate. Is these lower rates is gonna help earnings next year and the real estate? Well, we're gonna find out, you know? I don't know. It's just we had a 2 year run of an AI. What do you makes you think that we're gonna go into a 3 years? Because there's plenty of paid actors on CNBC saying there's plenty more upside in these, but at the same time, with their spending and stuff, and half the nation thinks it's an AI bubble. Other thing, there's just we're just in the beginning phases because we're spending so much money, this and that, and I don't know, just this stock got a bit of a pop yesterday. So I I was running a scan. I don't even know this company to be honest. I'm a know I follow this like mostly 100 stocks. If anything is not in here, I'm kind of lost. Okay. So she was telling me like this is a very important stock because Nvidia, I believe, put money into it, and it's just this zone right there is is a very good zone for any sort of a reversal can happen from here. So we got this move from 33.50. There's no signals here yet because the stock is too new. Um, so gonna be a that's at all gonna be a tough one because we don't have a clear kind of, the full scripted, a structure can be built here for for some time because it doesn't have enough data. So daily have it, but not the weekly. So it's still gonna take time. But we have the fibs. I know how to run fibs. I know how to run times on those and things like this. So this is pretty close. You put up a hammer here for the week as well. Got a pretty big pop. 15 points yesterday. 22% move. So this I did well the only I as you know my point is like I was running a scan on the Optima screen and that's how it pops up. So I was like I pulled it up here. I was like doesn't have anything. Then I took a screenshot and I sent it. I was like, what company is this? So still got, I mean, it has a hammer here. So, but 1, 2, 3, like this 4 weeks right there is just it's trying to curve the bottom. So should have some get some upside. Minimum upside from here is gonna be 92. Okay. So it's just the then from there is like 110. So basically what it is like I'm just simply you can just simply do that. Just take the recent high and swing low right there like this. So that's 92, which is this high here anyways. So then the next one up is like 110, 120, just goes up and up, all these basic ones. 0.23, what is this? 0.23%, 38.2, 50% here. Yeah, it's no real confirmation on the there's no as again there's no signals. So I don't know. I mean, swing is down. Swing is not even up on. I mean, I don't know if it has up or not. Check and see. Yeah, daily got the move up here. The weekly is yeah no yeah swing is down. Weekly it's still got work to do for another 2 more weeks to confirm the bottom. Yeah, it's not. It got one move here, doesn't. Let me do it here. Let's see. So you mark this low, this high swing low, which is a lower high. So your first zone is this. Okay. Once it clear this zone, and then for the next, because this still doesn't even count yet, because this is a lower bar for the week. It had that reversal, but it still ended up closing lower, not higher. Correct? So what happened was, is this. What happened? November 21 low. Okay. Okay, whatever. November 21 low. It had a 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar. The weekly swing went turned up, as you can see right there. 3 weeks, 39.8% swing. And then this week, it made a lower low. So you see the low right there is 63.80. The low here was 65.23. The weekly swing flipped. For what? So then it made a new lower low. So once the swing made a low, the swing flipped back down, right? And then it made that reversal, but it still is a red bar. So now you gotta have to go back again to the new sequence again. You need to count 3 more weeks of a higher highs. Okay, so because the whole clock now on the price is will reset. So it had it like you see like that low here, one, two, three, then four, then five, and then it topped out here. Then it just then it came back. So now you gotta count 3 more. So the 3 more would be this is the hammer, right? So the next week you could have one weekly hard buy. Then you have to wait for another week and then another week. You need 3 weeks just like this. So that puts you out where? Probably what? So we have one week, which is next week, and then basically first week of January, if it managed to put four. It's not a, I wouldn't say like it's a confirmed buy here because you see none of these signals gonna work because the thing is too old. Sorry, too new. So we're just gonna check and see if any buy signal triggers on this side. No, the weekly just the stock just too new. That's all. Daily or daily time frame, you're gonna see something. You see, buy signals and stuff is gonna trigger here. That actually triggered here at the low and this low. So this is working on a daily time frame. It will. There's a nice buy here. This area right there is gonna be this. See, that's where you had a double bottom right there. So that's exactly what happened here. You see, false break, boom, full reversal back down, made a new lower low. I mean, if you ask me to label this thing, I mean, we can do that. It's just um 82. God, I don't know. I gotta have to hang on to get rid of these. The swing is gonna have a larger swing. Looks like a three-wave correction to me. So we could do an A, B, C, 2, 3. So we can do this. And then from here, you can do this. to the B. Okay. So you have a three down, three up. And then this is a clear five wave down. Four, oops, three, four. Okay, there's a clear five wave down. Let's see. That push right there is actually the wave fifth. That finish it up. Now it should be due for a decent ABC move after this. Okay. So if you're gonna go with the from this low, I believe it's 33. Yeah, 33.52 to this high, you have a three-way swing. I mean, this thing can run, but I don't know. I don't know their financial. I don't know nothing. I was planning to read about them over the weekend. I just go like this. So take this high to this low to this low. So, okay, we'll change your clothes. So then here, yeah, I mean, the only, um, oh, I don't know who, if you guys are interested in this or whatever the case is, but the, this, I mean, we can pick signals, see the here on the daily time frame, and I have them here on a daily as well. So, so they would work here on a daily time frame, but nothing on a weekly. And I'm way more comfortable with the weekly time frame over, daily back and forth stuff. So daily swing is down as well. Just I don't know if it's a dead cat bounce, whatever, but it's gonna be due for a three-wave correction at least after a five-way move. This is a clear five-way move. So if you even run extension, see, it's like came up almost 200%. There you go. So Bitcoin, look at that. We've been tracking this thing since last week, right? And it's valid, it's good. It just needs to prove itself now. You see all these lows here, the triple bottom, all this manipulation going on, and a huge like pop and fade. Look all these wicks. Oh, that's fine. Here's a low. One, two, three, four, five. A or one. A, B, C down, down in two, or B. That's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, whatever you want to count them from here. Seven, eight. So this area right there is a must hold zone. Okay. If that holds, looks like it is because five, it had a 5 days. That's this Monday, Tuesday low, Wednesday low. I'm watching this every day. I was like, okay, here comes Thursday, and here comes Fridays of yesterday, right? Look at all these lows. Okay. So it's just the the um it can move if it holds this zone. I mean, all you're looking for, they call it simple zigzag pattern. Okay, five up, three down, and then C is always going to be a five-way move. Okay. So we can just simply measure it, right? So what we can do, and you can do it on an extension, you just measure this swing, like actually the low to this high, projected from this low. So the 100% is 98,000. But the 98 is not going to come that it's not going to be that unless it takes out this high first. So it has to break at first. It has to move up, start moving up, get to see if it can takes out this high, and then you can just simply look for a measured move. All you're just doing is like looking for an ABC move for now. Distance travel here projected from here gives you an equal distance here. This is just like a two measured moves. So, but for this has to hold, you know. If it breaks lower, and this low right there, which is this, it's gonna flip the monthly swing down because right now this is a defensive month for Bitcoin. Keep in mind, okay? Because the it's gonna if you ask me, I think it's gonna just kind of stay range bound for some time, because there's too much manipulation going on at the same time every day. It's just 10 o'clock window is somebody dumping them and then they're buying them. They're just running those rounds every single day. So I'm really hoping that if this ABC's move can play out, we can get at least back to at least 94, 95 to 98 range. I mean, if C it can go. So 102, 107. So I have no idea. So cannot make the case of this until it breaks this high. That's one thing. So from Elliott point of view, so we need 8 swings. So we have that. So that you can say like, okay, yeah, the bottom. So it's just I mean, if you just want to do like a base, and these are like basic 101 thing, okay? Like extension, you can do an extension from the time point. You can do from point A to point B to C. So that gives you a time window, 100% by January 12th. That doesn't mean it's going to happen that day, but nobody can time anything, okay? So get that thing out of your head. You can just go like this. It's a ballpark hint. Kind of time lapse here projected from here is the equal time distance here. They call a confluence of fib with the time, but it's very difficult to fully rely um, on the time wise. Okay, I have cycles for those. I don't. I mean, I do it just to kind of gives me an idea like, okay, fine, if how much of the distance travel here would be the approximately the same distance travel here, what will be the expected time? So that just kind of gives you a hand, but you can't sit and base your trades based on those. Those are just the time extensions. Take a point A to B to C, and that gives you. So basically, what it is, it's you can manually count it. It's the same thing. Okay, so if you count all these bars here, and you take this low and you count the same bars on the right side, that's all. That's all it is. So you're looking for the symmetry, between one A or one to your three or C. So the numbers of bars here goes to numbers of bars here based off this law. So it gives you a hint, but never ever say like, oh yeah, by January 12th, and you telling your friends and family, yeah, Bitcoin is going to be there on January 12th. Yeah, don't ever do that. You don't know that. Um, oh, the blue. Oh, it's the same thing. The hundred you're talking about the Thinker Swim chart? Yes, this they call the Fibonacci time extension. There's a time extension. It's the same thing that I'm showing you here, 100% relationship, distance travel A from B. So the best is always is the swing. That will exactly gives you a good hint on a time and and the percentage. So that's just the ball. Yeah, it's just the ballpark. I mean, we have this the that's what we follow. This is the actual time cycle. Okay, not the price, time cycle. Okay, it kind of gives you a expected range, based on time, not on price, to see what you see. Like what I just said earlier is just Bitcoin just gonna stay sideways, so a price can reverse, of course, but based on a time cycle on a Bitcoin, it just range bound, just kind of sideways. That's all. It took this dip down here, but what happens after that, we're gonna track, but nothing too. It's just gonna close the Bitcoin down. That's all I can see for the year. Just to mark the Bitcoin year down for 2025. That's how I see it. But they're just not trying to let this thing run. As soon as it's trying to move, sells off. So they're just trying to close the year down. That's all it is. Some of the mineral stocks and stuff. I mean, that's the folder I made it for that guy. I mean, don't really follow any one of them here. So, so Tesla here is the Tesla. So it's okay. I know some of you guys are keep asking me. So swing is up. Yeah, this thing's still going. Okay, every day. So whenever this thing stops, that's where the stock is gonna start taking a little bit of a breather. Okay, so it's a very powerful structured pattern that we can always look to trade. Amazon is trying to build for 2 days now. So this is something that Amazon might sing is still down. At least weekly is up. That's a good sign. So Amazon needs to clear this 238. So it's right at the mid band right now as well. So this is holding. So if it fails, it fails. We're gonna find out. We had a buy signal as well. So the trade that we have open, okay, we're just gonna set a hard the 220. Okay, it's gonna be a battle. So if this thing rolls over, I'm just gonna close the trade. I'm not holding this trade at all. Then we'll go off with the proper weekly buy signal. You know, but other than that, no. I'm just no need to sit and fight our life over a stupid job. When the weekly will flip, like one of these, then we'll get the trade. And just under a sell signal, that's what I'm saying. It's always going to be difficult to fight the damn weekly sell signal on any smaller time frame. You see, you can get the pop. It's not like the stock cannot move. A stock will move, of course. And market is going to have a strong day, this and that. I mean, the stock, but it just doesn't gonna give you too much upside because of this. Weekly is gonna hold it. We're just trading that daily noise. But when you look at the big picture, well, that's what the problem is, what the whole trade is based off. So we'll see what happens. So Set 220.99. Yeah. So we just set this line here. Make it red. Oops. There. I mean, you can do a line alert as well. That's price right there. Um, yeah, now you got the alert right there. Because I know now that if the buy signal fails, that's the invalidation, correct? Triggered here and then the low here. And it will fail this structure as well. So the line in the sand right now for Amazon is this 220.99. Okay. Put the weekly on the one side. If strictly focused on two different screen with double confirmation. Okay. So there's low right there. There's a buy signal here on this swing, buy signal on the other side. Invalidation for this one is always going to be the low of that signal. Invalidation goes back to on the other screen at the same time, and it builds in the same structure with the buy signal. So there you go. That's the trade setup. It goes up, fine. If it reverses back down, we're out. No question asked. I'm just gonna simply gonna cut the trade. Okay. We're 27, still got 7 points. Plus we got a lot of time. So we should be able to beat this. So need we can just do the same thing that we did before. Take an extension, take a distance travel here. I wouldn't even do that because I still gotta take that 238. Let's run swings from here to here. That's good enough. That's it. Not until you take the swing high anyways. So where we at? We cleared 23.6, 38.2. So we're right there with the double top. It was yesterday was the inside day. So next upside from here is 229, 90, I call like 230, 232, 235. So that's the upside from here if it continues. Okay. 230, 232, 235. Once it takes out this 238, then I'll go back and run look for the upside. But the band right there is at 246 anyway. So that's your that's a pretty good clue right there. This 230 right there is a pretty sticky level for this. Okay. Just keep that thing in mind. And why is that? Because you see the yellow line, 227. See the weekly here, 229.96. Okay, that's the time moving average. Both of them are get literally almost stacked to that 230 number. Okay. So anytime when the price is gonna come, it's gonna hit that. Hit that zone, it's gonna act as a resistance. You know? Like this week it put a 220 low. You see, it came close to it. So we'll see what happens. It's a different screen. It's totally different technical. You don't really have to just focus this. This is our execution platform. That's what matters. This is just way too advanced. That just I mean, I don't want to sit and go through whole thing. It's too much information, just too advanced technical. You guys don't understand fully how swing works, scripting language, what's the reason behind them, things like this. Just it's a whole different planet. Okay. Just focus on this. Simple. I'm cleaning everything up. Like, see how I'm moving a little bit of all. This is my top monitor right there in front of me. Um, I have Fidelity platform now and the Thinkorswim. I don't even turn Motivate on, to be honest. I don't even know when the last time I did Elliott wave. I can do it here, it's the same thing. You know, you can just you can count them, whatever you want to do it, man. And just label it, just do it. A and do B. You can do C. That's it. As your text right there, put it up here. If this is the first, it goes second, there's a B, goes up to a C. That's it. Where we at on all that wave count and stuff, man, is gonna throw the sit and count all the waves, start them right, and go through all those wave structure and stuff. This, if you are in a, if we're in a trade, if this trade can go from here to here, or somewhere around here, whatever, I don't know how long it's gonna take. I mean, that's it. I mean, I don't. Why do I care about what the wave count is? To be honest, I mean, I love Elliott. Don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna be doing it, but I don't spend much time there. That's all. I don't need to. This saves time. We just went through it. I mean, come on. Why would I sit and waste my time over, left and right wave counts? You see, I sent you right there daily sell signal, weekly, nothing. That's where the confusion is most of the time. Where do you base your trade on? You know? So when I buy shares, my focus is only on this. I don't care about daily time frame. As a sell, fine. As a sell, it will reward in a couple of days if it has a sell on it. As long as this one doesn't fail, yeah, we just stick to the plan. That's it. Stay in the trade. The same trade can be up 1 week, and you can be complete the reverse back to the flat line next week as well. It's totally possible. It happens all the time. But you have to understand one thing: a price what is used to be a 400 cuts in half. Okay, it's gonna take time to curve the bottom, right? You don't instantly like, oh, this is the low. Here got the signal. Then I want to have a V-shaped reversal. What are the odds for those? Very like what less than one. I don't know, 1%. I would say less than 5%, give or take. It's just it takes time, because stock, like, you look at the very peak to trough, how much of the stock has given back over the months, over the
哦，我
years.
我想跟他说聊聊天嘛。
And then from there, it's just like you say, like, okay, well, I expect a thing to hold. Okay, well, what will be the upside? Draw your fibs. Take peak to trough decline, like a basic peak to trough. First one was what, 269. We already went there. Next one is 293. So from here to here. Now the thing is this, that it is not smart to open something here against this low, right? Look at the move, the room that you're gonna have to the downside. Trying to play the upside. That's not that the stock cannot run. The stock can run for the whole year. We don't know that. We don't know how long it's gonna last. But the point is that that's what I said about Monday, that Boeing, because we jumped on them. What? Look. 9:12. The time, look at the time on Disney, 9:20. That's the first one because I have to open on multiple accounts the same trade. It takes me time. So 9:12 and then Disney 9:20. That's what I do. Oops. That's what I do. So on Monday by 9 o'clock, I'm gonna open whatever something new is gonna trade, and I'll send you a screenshot. The Boeing is already moving. It's already up. I'm up like $1,200 on this one. I have shares, so this one is working right away. So it was perfect. Just get in and, I mean, I like to watch the open. I should have. I mean, I've like 100 of them here, but I try to get in like in the first 15 minutes if it's possible. Because that's just the starting, just the weekly bar just open. But sometimes you get in, but I try to get them in the first half hour, 40 minutes. Doesn't make, a point two doesn't gonna make a big difference. Just get in and that's it. Stay in a trade now. Don't do anything. Let this thing work. Plenty of time on it. If the price can come back down back to 200, who cares? That's fine. Yeah, you're gonna give back, but well, that's your patience. This is being tested. You want to take your money now and run? You can do it. It's a profitable trade. You caught it for a 1 week. Price moved right away, and yeah, cash it out. It's not like it's a loser. I don't know how much how you size the trade and stuff. You can say like, hey, if I can catch a quick one, that means I just get in and the whole week the stock runs, right? Um, then I can say like, hey, I can just close the trade and take my money and run. This stock is up for 4 weeks in a row now. Keep in mind, you see they're all four higher bars. Week up is four, so it's gonna take a little rest somewhere as well. So last time it had one, two, three, four, five. That's five here against this low. So it might. I don't know if it's gonna break this resistance. If it can, it would be nice. So we'll see what happens. But once next week will start. It's a short week anyway, so I don't know how much movement. It's a pretty strong close. Looks good. So what I'm saying is like I don't know. I cannot make these decisions for you. I put a trade on. I send a load to you. When I will close it, I will send the load out. Now, in the meantime, if you say like, well, I took four, I'm gonna cash out two contract, leave the other two open, whatever. Now, those are the things that you want to do. Those are your own decisions. I'm not telling you those, but that's what you need to do. Okay, so if a stock pop like 7, 8 points, say like, hey, I wanna cash out one contract, two contract, or whatever. You can cash it out. You can do it. I mean, moving like making these kind of a moves in between the trade is very tricky because you can take two off. Then no, I don't need to check. No, I do run. Check the rotation. Yeah, of course. But most of them, the rotation is going to line up anyway. So I can show you we can do, yeah, rotation is sometime it lags, so see, Boeing is here on the week. This is the weekly we're looking at. So it's a very long, and here's Disney. So these are the two weekly rotation on these two stocks that we bought um, on Monday. And then next, again, we're gonna do the same thing. 9:15. Expect another trade on for me to open on this. We will all instantly buy right away. These are the official confirmed. signal, right? And we just this and we just see how it goes. Again, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you where you need to cash out. Well, you're free to take profits anytime you want. Okay. You want to write this thing up? Well, it's gonna take several months, just to let you know. So keep that thing in mind. So that's why it's much you are much better buying shares, but at the same time, I understand that not everybody has, big ass account. So it makes it a little tricky. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everybody will love to do it from at the first place. So 50 delta option trade or 50 shares is the same thing. One side you're fighting time, other side you have all the time in the world. That's the only difference. The 50 grand that you're gonna throw them in one stock, yes, they're gonna be tied up to it and you cannot do anything to it, but you're not gonna be risking 50 anyways. So yeah, large, it's just you trade comfortable, having enough money, but having enough capital to trade with. But having a bigger capital doesn't make you a better trader. Keep that thing in mind. Okay. So I'm moving some funds around and stuff as well, and because the year end is coming to an end, so I'm just I'm just gonna turn like I brought this thing down to almost like 32 grand now. I'm one of my account that I'm gonna be doing all these option trading. So I'm like had them down like 35,000 dollars. Just above that 25,000 mark. The reason why I'm doing it because I don't really need to have a $400,000 option account. Let's put it this way, okay? I don't need that. There's no point for me to have this much money sitting on one account that I'm only risking 2, 3 grand or 4 grand per trade. I can do that on a $35,000 account. You know, I can open up a $2,000 trade all day long. So I'm just moving everything more toward, you know, like by buying share that will give me enough buying power, this way. So that's what I'm. Yeah, always you can always do transfer it one, every brokerage you can have multiple accounts. You can always move money around. So 35,000, I want to add $5,000 into it, you just transfer it over. So now it becomes 40. My point is like it's to if I'm gonna be if because options I risk 1,500 $2,000 per trade, to be honest. I don't know crazy, you know. Um for that, I don't need an exact $100,000 account. So if I'm using only, let's say if I have three positions on, it cost me 6 grand. So I have 94,000 dollars sitting. So what do you think I'm doing to it? Nothing, right? All I'm just have three trades open with 2 grand a piece. So for that 94, I want to put it to work with the with the different trades with shares. So shares plus plus dividends, you just compound that income, like, turn into those. So if you lose something, well, you at least have money sitting there, so you can always move it around, put $3,000 back in that account. So yeah, you lost, but you just keep trying to maintain, the buying power. So it's okay. Um, I think that's it. I don't have anything else. Been a slow, choppy week. It's just a range bound. See, just sitting range bound. That's all. Nothing here. Since this low right there, it's just been they at the double bottom here. This is the range that we've been in since October 10th, right there. So we made a higher high and we made a low. See, that's the range. So now if you go back from April and look at the whole price, there comes a full run. And look what the market is doing, just literally sideways. This kind of a market is very hard to trade, though. Just keep it in mind. This is where the markets are going to test your nerves. And not every stock is going to move either. So you got to cherry pick those as well. The thing is this, like, okay, so we have a run. Now we've been sideways for a long time. Which way do we break? Are we going to break to the upside? Odds are those. So the worst case is, are we going to roll over? If you roll over, then there comes your, that then you come down all the way down till here, then making a move back to the upside. So you gotta spend a lot of time and months down here trying to curve but this market right now is, especially this year, has become a master of for V-shaped reversals. Because every dip, okay, has been end up reversing, not any kind of other pattern. It's all V, full V-shaped reversal. Same thing here, you see, down here, boom, full, all reversals, like anything here is just reverse right back up. But we're just in a trading range, you know. Most traders lose money trading this. It's a very difficult um, phase, okay, in to trade this range. This is where you made the most money in this run, and we did that. We've been long for a long time. There was months that I don't even remember the last time I even bought puts, to be honest. We caught the whole move, I mean, pretty much up from a very long time. You don't see me this year putting any kind of aggressive bets on puts. I hardly did it. But you're not going to call me that I'm a biased or something. I'm just trading, this. If the weekly structure is not broken, if the swings are not broken, why would I start throwing thousands of dollars to this idiot who posts something on Twitter because the top is in? Weekly define the exact direction which where the price is heading. This is why I've been long for such a long time. We got probably got one put trade or something that didn't play out, and we probably took, I don't know, very few, very, very few that we had here or there. We took a little small counter trend move. But other than that, I mean, why would I, like, it's all green. This is where the waterfall comes. So whatever that, if you're the weekly structure on this, okay, will break from this low. I will tell you that. So any upside that market will see that you're technically is going to be against this low. So mark this thing on your chart. Because any swing that turns back down, takes out this low, is going to turn red like this. So once it turns red, that's where the weekly structure is broken now. Now it's going to run its course to the downside. Well, how low is going to go? Well, then we're going to run support. We're going to find where the hell is a potential support that we can find. So you just, this is where you always need to see that we had a low, higher high right there. 3 weeks of 5.8% decline right there. This is 5.9. So you have a perfect range here. Three weeks down, 5.8, 3 weeks up, 5.9. So what is this direction? What does it tell you? You have you have two exact measured moves with time and price from this. That's what everybody is chasing, right? 69.20. You have two measured moves. So now the question comes in. Now here's the thing though. This low must hold, correct? For the weekly structure to stay alive. For the price point of view, the price needs to make what? A higher high. One is going to make a higher high. One is going to take out 69.20, right? So you have 3 weeks down, you have 3 weeks up. This week was a down week, like meaning we made a lower bar. This one's still sitting at 3. It needs to exceed more time and price against this downswing. Okay? It has to go up to 4. It has to go more than 5.9. You cannot have a short. If it's going to stay here, and if the price gets weaker and weaker, it's gonna come right back down here. So you have 3 against 3. Yeah, this line is not gonna curve, is not gonna come down because the swing is up now. You see, you have 3 higher bars, you have 3 lower bars, 1, 2, 3, and you have 3 higher bars, which is a full V-shaped reversal. So now we had a 1 down week. Okay. So in order for swing to flip again, you need 2 weeks or more lower lows, meaning that next week you need to take out this low. Okay, we closed at what, 68.34. So we are right here. So you need a full flush back down to 16.720. So that will make another bar number 2. And then the following week, okay, you need another lower low, whatever the low is going to be, and then we'll turn the flip back down to 3 again. So it will be 3, 3, and 3 in a row. Okay, so I don't know what is going to happen, but the main weekly structure changes when this previous swing low is going to get taken out. So we're pretty far away from there. We are 4.73. I mean, as those of close yesterday. So that's what it is. I mean, you want to reverse the course, you go like this. But everybody is like betting in this range. Or we're gonna break out for all the bulls. And then all the bears are sitting thinking like, yeah, this is the double top, this is the market top, and that's it. And we're just ready for this. So we don't know. But according to It's not like we're not gonna have dips and stuff. There's some time to move. Okay. So we had, I mean, we're right here. So from here, the time projection goes up higher. Okay. Don't confuse yourself. This is just the price alone. This is the time cycle. Okay. So the time projection leads higher, not lower. Okay. So this is a positive sign. So how far are we gonna go? And we have the fibs and stuff for that. So we don't need this. This is only guiding us through the time. Does the path resolves higher or is it lower? You know? So I'll mark that thing down for you, and then this way you will understand. So we have December 19th that we just ended this. So we grad like basically from here to February 20th, the projections are to the upside. Okay. So you can just what happens to the price in between the dips here, there, that's all relevant. Okay. So don't confuse two things together. They're two separate things. So a lot of time I don't like to even because you're not gonna understand full thing that you're like, oh yeah, the line coming down here. This I actually did this thing, and it's funny that some guy actually asked me this. He has no. I posted this thing. I'm just gonna make my point here real quick. So I posted the same S&P. What did I get away? This, right? So this is the daily time frame. So this was December 19th as of yesterday. So this guy this morning posted this. Where did that get away? I don't really like sometimes some people, I mean, I know lately I've been right there. The low came a few days earlier, a few days off with your projection here. You see? He's confused because he doesn't know what it is. He thinks that this low right there is here. Where am I? This is a 62.37. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, no, I gotta go to the daily time frame. Here. So it's gonna change here. Ugh, killing me. I kept my here. So they all like they're probably thinking I did this thing on a reason, just to see if somebody really gonna ask me a question about it or not. You know, there's only one guy asked me, kind of really um amazed. Like nobody ever even pay attention to it. It's like what 17,000 people saw this thing. There's only one guy actually thinks that the price is gonna come all the way down here and then is gonna make his way up. That's not it is. That's not how it works. Okay, this is just a time projection. Gives you the time. So there's room. I mean, I'm not. So mark this. That kind of gives you an idea. So so this was this, and then I mean, there's some curve going back here because the data has been calculated from bar to bar. So there's a little dip comes here. So there's upside. I think that's gonna make some room to the upside. So some of these stocks that are down, I think they're gonna move a little bit, So I don't know unless this is thing. I really, really hate to see if that would happen. That would be a nightmare, to be honest. Something go like this in triangle. Oh my God. I mean, it's possible. So you always have to look at alternate way as well. So this is A, B, C, and then D, and then E. From Elliott point of view, and just throw the whole chop into a triangle. So as long as the weekly structure hold, you can always, but at the same time, we just gotta draw this range for now. But from here, we this so then March, you see, there's corrections coming along the way. So that's the roadmap based on some time. A price. It has nothing to do with that. Just the price. Just the time. Okay. Gives you a little hint. Because this screen here is fine. See the S&P here on a weekly time frame is good. And I have a pretty, I mean, this thing hits here with the sell. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna start kind of de-risking. I'm gonna start putting up some butterflies and stuff to the downside. I'm just waiting. I'm just not rushing. Um, it's good. S&P is fine. NDX is fine. See, just IWM is fine. I mean, ETFs, they're the indexes, they're very powerful signals. Look at that. Dow. You need months, quarters of patience to hold these kind of a trade. These are the this is where you make insane money. Well, obviously, it all depends how you size the trade. Here's Russell 2000. There's transports. You see, the thing is this, you see how long the consolidation went sideways in this, you know, but it's still holding. You have to ask yourself this question from 7 all the way until 11. So you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you can basically 4 months. Can you hold a trade for 4 months just being sideways? It's going to be very painful for options. But if you have shares, I can hold it all my life. You know, it's easy to say, I know. It's just because when you have the real capital tied up to a certain trade, that you always have that. You have to change few things about you as a trader. How do you approach the market? What, like, okay, the whole year just went by, right? 2025. You should know where you started the account, what the capital was. You know exactly as of yesterday close, how much money did you have, right? And you have to see things like, okay, take a step back, take a look at them. So, like, okay, am I just strictly following his trade? Am I mixing up my trade with his trades? How many trades that I took? Am I over trading? Am I trading too much? Well, like you gonna start seeing everything. You know, what are your weak points are? What do you need to learn to improve? Like, what do you need to get better? Okay, I'll help you, but I cannot teach you the whole like thing in a matter of couple weeks. We'll catch up over the years, but you have to understand this, that where I'm at in my career compared to where you are is that there's a big, huge spread gap in between there. This things takes if you're not gonna take the shortcuts, but you say like, well, I started 4 or 5 years ago, but I want to jump into a 18-year-old advanced technicals. Well, how are you gonna absorb and get all this information? It's like you're a first year med student But you say like, hey, I wanna study you know, cardiologist level, what he's doing. Really, you just you don't need to jump from one thing to another. Like, oh yeah, I want to learn this. Adopt one thing. You want to stick to a signal? Stick to a signal. So like, you know what? That's it. I'm gonna sit in my hand. I'm gonna do nothing. Monday morning, I'm gonna find one signal. I'm gonna throw a trade. This is it. No signal, no trade. This will keeps you full discipline. Then you have to ask yourself, like, am I trading in a fear? Okay, we all have fear, right? You have to overcome that. Am I sizing the trade right? These are the plans and things that you have to write it down on a piece of paper, and you say like, okay, I'm going to work on this thing in next year. This is going to improve you as a trader. If you have a fear, it's like, okay, I'm in a trade. I cut them out. I cut the trade too fast, too early because I got panic. Because I got thinking like, okay, yeah, this is a good money for me. I'm going to just take it and run. Are you doing that part? You're not holding a trade enough, right? So, like, you don't trust your gut, like technically, like, what you're trading. You have to believe what you do. The second that you're thinking like, okay, I don't know if it's gonna go my way or not this way, but if you have those kind of a doubts in your head, you're never ever gonna become a good trader. You trade with confidence. That's it. This is it. Fully confident. You have to feel good when you enter a position. So like, okay, fine. I enter a position. I feel good about this entry, and I'm gonna wait now. But now you're sitting like thinking like, okay, well, I'm buying everything based off his weekly time frame, but I'm sitting babysitting daily candles. Well, then you have too much time in your hand then if you're doing that. If you're just counting each session versus versus a one full week. So which route that you wanted to go, how you want to, these. So I want you to really focus to see where you have to make improvements in 2026. You have to be mentally prepared for that. No fear. Get that thing out of your chest. There's no fear in it. Trading is fun. Take it as a fun. We're gonna have a loss. Fine. I'm not. You should never ever feel bad about taking a loss. Never. I lost. I lose. I don't throw a fit about them. But how much do I win? Keep that thing in mind as well. I can lose three trades, but I know how to win six plus as well in a row. So don't judge that we are not making money on one week or we just sitting flat for a week. It's okay. Our time will come. I don't absolutely don't look at this way at all. Losses are part of the game. They're gonna come. It's gonna come at every trader in the world. There's no way you can reverse that thing. I don't even remember. I mean, I'm kind of like hoping. I think we're gonna run another round. I mean, the last round I ran for like 17 trades all in one shot, one after another. It's been a long time I had that run, but it'll come again. I know. I run all 17 trades, 17 winners. Not a single loss. All 17 trades went, you know. So it's been a long time, but we'll work on them and see if we can line them up with a good way. Look, the signal gets much better, much cleaner in a trending market. Okay. Market signal is going to get choppy as well when it's going to go sideways. So always keep that thing in mind. Okay. A clean run, we're going to catch them. Okay. We're gonna catch a plenty of run that we can catch from. It's gonna run like a crazy. That's what my plan is. Like some of these, you see, Apple. Look at that. Signal fired here, jump in the same half an hour, stay in a trade. Look, did the price ever dip below 189.81 low? Look how close it came, but it never did. Look where the price went. And it's Apple. We don't want to cross that red line. That's the line in the sand. If the price dips, okay, we're wrong. But that doesn't mean that we cannot go back again in the same trade. We will, okay, because because what happens is if this fails, it goes back to the original sell signal that is already triggered way up there at the top, right? What's the next move? What do you think is going to happen the next time? Is going to have another buy signal. There's no denial there. One is going to be, we're going to find out. But there will always going to be another one. Like the Nike. It failed, right? So here's a story on Nike. So Nike had a buy signal here that got flushed out on earnings against this low. This is see, man, this software is it's a joke to be honest. It's just it's very cheap software if you really look into it to be honest. But anyways, um, so what happens now? So this buy signal here failed, correct? So this you don't see a buy anymore. Get back to this. So what is the original plan now? So it back to this. So now the point is that how many more weeks, because it made a lower low, right? That it will take now that will give us another buy signal, like one of these, that could run like this. Just wait. One fail doesn't mean that it's not gonna be there's gonna the next one is another buy, not sell. Okay, that's the beauty of this thing though. If once it fails, it kick you out. But once after that, you just have to wait a couple more weeks. Once a new structure forms, it's gonna give you another buy signal. Then you go back in. You're just making trips, you know. Well, you got like if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, that's fine. It's gonna reverse his course. Then it's gonna run his time and everything. And then once the new buyers and everything steps back in, yeah, structure builds again. Same thing here to the downside, here to the upside, and to the downside. It's just everything is just like moving back and forth. Buy to sell to buy. Buy to sell to buy. That's it. Buy to sell. But the thing is this, like it's easier to sit and look at them like, then you're probably thinking like, man, I wish I would have had this trade. It's always like this, You always had those, like how much money I would have made if I would have just buy that day that, like, okay, we bought this, right? How do we know that how far this thing goes? I don't know that. Neither do you. There's nobody in the world can answer that question. How far the stock will run. But can we hold the trade until we see a sell signal? Can you do that? You have to ask yourself that question. So, like, you know what? I'm going to be patient with this guy, okay? And I'm going to write this sucker up. How far does it go? I don't know. But I ran projections to the upside. What would the expected move? Well, we have that. We have a roadmap that we can see, like, okay, these are the projections, not the guaranteed numbers, the upside projections. But I'm not going to say to everybody, hey, Boeing is going to 290. How do you know that is going to 290, first of all? Because you just say right there is 290. What makes you think it's going to be there at 290? What if it just goes right there at 255 and just it rolls over? We don't know. We don't know. We trade probabilities, not crystal balls. These are all crystal balls. Big, nice, higher numbers because you got in here and you just want to say like, you know what, I'm just okay. Well, we're gonna find out. Just hold the trade. Don't do anything. these are the things you're gonna do on next year with me, and I'm gonna press you really hard. You sell something before what I'm gonna chew you out. This stock right there, just I bought them. I mean, I know I didn't send you guys a alert or something. I did the description. So it actually triggered a buy signal now as well. This stock has upside. You know, Uh, the the I bought shares on this one at 51.13 is my exact entry price, and I bought it off from the other screen, and I copy paste the whole thing. I'm not gonna go the whole thing, do the recap, the whole thing. It's this stock has a pretty strong fundamentals. Okay, good growth company. Um, it took a very long time. It was under a sell signal of 150. It finally triggered one 2 weeks ago at 58.27 now. So the stock is up like 72% year to date right now. And I just like to see like, okay, let's see how far does it go. I picked up a much better entry, I would say, than the 58.27 that week that the official, the signal fired. So I had a much lower entry. Now the stop loss is at 52.14. Okay. My entry is 51.13, a penny off from the low. What I got. I got a, it just I read about him over the weekend. It just when I said like, okay, I'm just gonna buy some shares. I have this position up and it's up like $2,100 so far. So it's fine. I'm just gonna let it work and see how it goes. I mean, I hope it goes back up to 186 if it can. I mean, if it goes up there at 186, I mean, I'll make about like 13, 14 grand if that happens. But fundament like these are the names like has a good growth, fundamental looks good. They reported good earnings, and on top of it, we're in the Christmas holiday season. That just it's good. So it should be okay. So I mean, worst case now is that I can use a trailing stop just to kind of move up a little bit. Um, but based on this, 52.14 is a clear, line in the sand. The upside, I'm looking for at least minimum 81 to 101. This kind of zone right there is the one that would be my first potential target to see if the price can climb up here. Just to take this high and low for now. And then if we'll see how it goes. I don't know. So it's a good company to hold. I know I don't want you to chase it here because now you're going to pay a much higher price against this, so I'll find plenty more, so don't worry about that. I did, I mean, I didn't know the thing was going to move that fast. And I did this thing uh, and that was November 17th at like in the pre-market in a pre-market. So November 17th was last month, which was Monday. I was just reading about on Sunday night about this, and um, it's a good company, I mean, if you read like this kind of a stuff, when I looked it up and um, the this balance sheet is good, their profitability is improving, they have explosive growth. So Q3 is expecting pretty strong. And it's just like this is a good story right there. So this is that, and then I just market opened and I know I didn't um send the alert out. I just picked up shares and 'cause I do a lot of changes at the open, just watching multiple accounts at the same time. I just like throw open the position and just moved on to the other screen and just so I just start moving. So whatever. Um, I'll find another one. Don't worry about it. It just I come across there's few names, like we can go to a 400 list here. There's so many. It's just all don't show you guys too much because you're gonna be all over me. These are S&P 400, the mid cap stocks. I mean, there's tons of them. Just it all depends like how much you want to trade. It's a lot of risk. Look at these runs. 61 to 200. These are all weekly signals that you're looking at here on these stocks. Like some of these stocks that we don't even never even heard of them, but you just strictly buy based on the buy signal. And you just say like, you know what, I'm gonna write this sucker up. Read them through it, whatever. Like, look at the pop right there, the big one right there. Look at these runs. 292 went up to 596. I mean, you're not gonna find such a thing. This stuff. Look, 359, 3603. These are the trades that kept you in there for months. For months. Look at that. Vesco International. I don't even know what company is that. It's up 38.93% year to date. Look at that run. 143 to 279. I'm I'm telling you guys the same thing over and over again. Okay. Weekly is the most powerful signal you're ever gonna find. Nobody has this. Nobody can even come close to this. Okay. I'll tell you that for sure. Look at these runs. These are all I don't even know these companies. Alcoa, okay, we know that. Look at this. Alcoa, how's it going? Look at this breaking out this high. Wow. Alcoa is on a breakout mode, baby. Oh, right there. 54.85, 63. That's a failed company. See, there's some of these Abercrombie here. Got a mean reversion buy signal. It's doubled up right there. Wow, it's very range bound. Exporting, yeah. I'm just going off New market. How was that? Look at these runs. I mean, I've done a lot of them over the years. Okay, I know that MP right there. This is a famous one right there. MP Materials. He has a sell signal. If somebody wants to buy this, we're just gonna wait. Then you can buy it. Look, it ran from 11.95 to 83.99. You took these dips, but look how far it went. Yeah, you don't know this. Well, we don't know all these AI stories and the materials and all that kind of, earth minerals and stuff is gonna become so hot with all the semis and stuff. But it's just a pure technical of a confirmed buy signal, and it just rallies over over time. What story changes after that? Yeah, well, you come through that, but look, 34 now it's 46. Like it's the same thing. Buy signal, stop loss, just runs. The low just holds and boom, it goes. Look at this. Buy signal triggers here, stop loss right there. Look at the run. You telling me or anybody here in this with me that you're not going to be able to cash these kind of run in 2026? You're a fool. Just wait. I brought this thing up. It's not too old for you guys. I know that. It's been only what, fourth week, right? Fourth month right now. I told everyone a 6 month window. I was like, give 6 months window and watch what happens. So we're not even there yet into a 6 month window, but we'll get there. We have 2 more months to go. So we're collecting data based on all the trades that we have done. So we have three. I'm gonna add more. So we where that one right there. So we have 3 months. I told you all 6 months. So give me 6 months and see how this thing works. So we're gonna be keep adding more trades and see how it goes and what the win rate is. Keep in mind, this is all swing trading though. Okay, there's no leaps I have factored here. There's no shares that I added. These are pure swing trades, nothing else. Okay, so I kept them separate. This way we'll kind of know, just the swing trade record of here based on these are all daily signals, nothing weekly. Now I'm gonna start going more because I built another sheet on Boeing, sorry, the on ChatGPT that will track only weekly signal performance from now on. So that's a new one is going to be coming. So we're going to start from a 2026 moving forward. Got a full track of every weekly sleeps. Oh, I do with shares most of the time. I do with this, so it doesn't how you structure your own trade. Signal is signal. Okay, you want to buy shares? There's a tons of you guys I know who like to buy shares. They don't want to deal with options. So the rest, if you want to do with options, fine. You can always make a log of those. So one way or another, the return is the return based on the price anyways. So I really don't have to give you a exact dollar figure. We just simply calculate the entry price, what the price was by the time of the signal. The price will be up on a snapshot anyway, so we'll know. So I mean, everything is up there. So let's say Boeing. So Boeing signal triggered at 204.42, correct? So it could be penny more here, there. That's fine. That's gonna be like, 6 points. So the signal triggered at 204.42. That's the entry was on the shares. Okay. So we'll just start from here. And then we're gonna calculate the chat GPT is gonna calculate all the returns for us. So I have no problem there. Okay. So we'll focus on those. That's a new one right there. I don't even know what company is that. I looked through those. I don't really spend much time here to be honest. I can take some crazy amount of um trades, all day, but I don't do it to be. I don't want to overtrade. It's just a bad habit. There's got to be something triggered here over this week that we just had in the mid cap. Here's a new one right there. What is this? SAIC. That's a 101 to 85. That's a 15. That's a pretty wide gap. If it backs off a little bit, yeah, you're just gonna minimize. You can just. It's a huge the because the stupid candle was so huge. You want to come close as possible. Like here's one AVT. I have 5 positions open on mid cap that I took. Here's this one right there against 45.70. You see, that's 3-4 point risk right there. AVT. Some of these suckers can run hard. These mid cap stocks. They're not as bad as small caps are rats. Those are tough to fight. Yeah, mid cap at least they have little decent liquidity, a little bigger companies, market cap wise and stuff. There's a new buy signal here, PCTY, velocity or whatever. Against this low. I mean, how far does it go? Nobody knows that. But as long as it holds, Celsius is backing off. Yeah, got a sell signal here for a while. So F&D, I looked at this one. I might buy a little shares on this with the cheap stock. F&D, some floor decor. Might have to rate cuts or something. Very tight risk play here as well. So F and D. Some of them I looked at them. I just Jazz. I know has a lot of these companies. Let's see if we know the ones that we know. Oh, this is the one we traded. I was like, oh yeah. Remember this trade? I know some of you even probably took it. Shame on you. This trade went so fast. Still going, you know. I had a buy signal here, and I actually took this for the daily time frame. This one. Um, Look at that. Sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. Nothing. If you go to daily time frame, sucker still sitting at. I caught this one is from here. You know, I hardly come here. The C3417. And then you came here, you see 3634. It came very close. And I was like, I don't even know these companies. I know it's a mid-cap stock. I was like, screw it. Let me just go. I would then that time is is here. Then I managed to count five swings. This is a wave one, two, three, four, five. And this was where this thing was, where the price was right here. I was like, I have an eight swings. You got one, two, three, four, five. Call it as a WXY, ABC, whatever you want to label it. Fine. I was like, this thing right there, it has a weekly, has a buy anyways. I was like, this thing is gonna pop if the weekly holds. So that's what I got in at 43.60. Then I sent the alert out. And I sent the alert out, and this thing just instantly started moving, like rip into the upside day by day. Look at this move right there. I mean, there's some trades you can label it like you can time it really nice and perfectly. You see, then you got a pink signal triggered right there, the buy signal. I was like, that's it, we go now. Weekly already had the buy anyways. Then you got a buy triggers here, and then rips. Then I set up a target here at 56, right there. Look at it, went to what, 58, took a dip all the way down here, and now ripped right back up again. This is a strong stock. I really like this. Should have looked into. Look, another pattern, the same thing. It's duplicate. Five wave up, wedge, breakout, another wedge, another breakout. It just constantly keep repeating that. It's pretty impressive. A lot of stock doesn't really do that. You see, some of these mid caps are pretty good, like five waves up. You have a channel right there. See, still got a little fake out right there on the channel, but the price is still within that channel right from the bottom. And you just have these two wedges breakouts right there. Very, if I find another one, I will definitely let you know. But so, yeah, they move. Some of them they do. Yeah, but this one, see, is still 36, still going. I mean, it forms a wedge here, lasted about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, just went over 2 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one went 9. So it's a very close time relationship as well, right? 8 versus 9. This is the ninth week breakout. That's the eighth week breakout. We can't beat that. So I ran a scan. I had know nothing about this company, but I just ran a scan on the other screen, and that's how this name got picked up. And I was like, okay, let me take a look at them. And then I just pulled up a chart and like, okay, so I got this thing working. What is this? Yeah, I have few trades open here, so should have some work on them. I have some on my brother's account, some of them I have on my other. money that I manage. So I don't do have the big size of these trades, just little, but some of them you can catch them, really good ones. They go. Crane is not getting killed. Helen Troy got very, this could be a bottom fishing right there. Helen of Troy. Murphy Oil, a big company. Wolf Speed, that's the big one. Wolf Speed has a sell on it, so it's very just rather wait for like so I'm watching this. This is I'm planning. I was gonna bridge tell you this yesterday. I have two stocks that I am interested in. This setup right there, WEX, okay, against 133.65. Okay, has a confirmed um, buy signal and it has a confirmed weekly swing is up as well. This is a mid cap stock, so we don't have to really go that far yet. That's just the start. So we're only tagged 50 so far. Okay, a 50% retracement of this move. That was pretty fast. So 61 is here, 7,800. Need to break this 180. So this is 150. This 150, 135. That's a 15 points. 15 against 180. So that'd be 150 of 30 points upside against 15. I mean, that's a pretty good risk to reward. So you risk 15 points to at least make 30 to get to for target to the the previous swing high. And if it clears that, then we can measure the you know the price, time, and all the other stuff. So this is the one that I'm interested in. Right. This and the other one is this FND. This one. Um, this one is going to be a very tight, and this is going to be a quick answer if this low is going to hold or not. We're just this is literally picking up a low here. So see, look them up. This these are the ones that just pops up on the scanner so far. So I don't know the, how to find these. These right there. See. So kind of like a same look of like a Boeing and there's a floor and decor. I don't know how the financials and things looks like. I don't even know what company is this. Like these are the only two. Rest of them are there's so many of them, man. And five below it or this one. Look at that. Still growing. 2026 is gonna be fine. You're all getting used to it now because it's all new for you. And I don't it's okay. I wanted to turn everything to this route anyways for a very long time. I've been doing Elliott and posting Elliott for all this time, but I've been doing this for a very long time on my own. Didn't even mention to no one, just constantly keep testing, keep, back testing the system over time. I've taken tons and tons of trades. Change some settings and stuff. Just it's a long process. I can tweak a little bit of a setting is going to fire you much faster signal if you want that. I mean, you can do that as well. So it doesn't matter how you want to, how tight script you want to write and how loosen up you want to, you want to make things up. But the way it is right now, I think is a perfect setting. I really don't have to mess around. I can change few things. You're gonna start seeing buy signals start firing off pretty quick. You can change anything you want. So where it is, it's perfect. That we don't want to do anything. This is where I have seen the most decent return and everything out of this. This one is gonna get killed. Short energy. Very close. Big dip it took. Oh boy. 7.4% decline this week alone. And this energy is a tough one to fight for sure. There's GameStop. There's Ruben's Life in one store. There's a buy signal as well. Yeah, I told them just watch 2012 low. There's so many of them. I mean, you know how much some of them they pop really big. I don't know, then just click them, click them anywhere. It's gonna give you the signal. If it's a buy or there's a sell or something, here's another one. RB Global. Any confirmed buy, you buy it. That's it. If it doesn't have that, screw it. Sit back and wait. Because there's gonna be somewhere something here. Let me see. This is look at this stock got killed. Oof. Nasty dip. Weeks after weeks. Um, Colombia making his way up. Manhattan Associates, that's a pretty liquid stock under pressure. All right, Churchill, this one is going moving nice against this low. Anywhere the weekly signal fires, stops goes to the previous week low. That's it. No other way. That's it. One week low. That low has to hold. It fails, you're out. It holds, you ride it up. OPX, I probably looked at it in Louisiana Bank. There's KB Home. Had a rough week. Wow, their earnings or something? Jeez. Yeah, under a sell signal. Look at the size of this and this. It's like a box trade. Look at that. Here's a material company, Eagle Material. Some material name that somebody wants to. Yeah, this one has a confirmed buy signal here against this low. Hmm, a little choppy move. It's gonna fight this. Deep retracement. Okay. It's just gonna go to S&P 500 or whatever. Now, man, I'm just gonna. I trade quality names only. That's always been 100 is my 50 is my always my number one choice, and then I'll just go through 100 and that's it. These are the top top dogs, the ones they actually move the market. Anything in there, like I know some of you guys watch some weird names. I never even heard of them. They're not here. They're not here. Yeah, no, I only look at them these ones most of the time. Yeah, doggy is got the sell signal trigger has on the weekly, but the only thing on the doggy here is this on a daily time frame. This is a 1-2 swing, and it's just a little extending time. The golden signal here, the time signal triggered on the 12th, you know, and It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So basically the full week we just had since this. So it's been kind of, we'll see where the curve makes the bottom. There's a pretty good chance that this bottom is in. Okay. So it should at least get here now with this zone. This is where our time moving average and the mid band sitting right now. So, and we had a excellent trade on this one on the way up when I caught it. It's just that thing is just taking a, it just literally went negative for the year, to be honest. It just, I don't have no idea. There's no news. It's a very good company. I like it. Look, it just took a 32% dip in 5 weeks. And this thing is just like literally flushed out the entire year. So you see, like this one is 150. Yeah, one anything from here is 10, 150, 153 area right there. It's gonna be a pretty strong resistance. I mean, if we can get a move back up here, if we have time, I'm just gonna I'll be out. Yeah, I know this thing is gonna hold, so really perfectly timed, but didn't really move much. It's the right way. Just kept on puking. You see, even the price even here kind of threw the time off as well. Didn't really align much really good. So I just boy Oracle right there got a little bit of a pop right. There's a new time window starts here. This inside there I got a bit of a pop. The buy signal here. So there's some I mean, again, this is a totally different screen. There's nothing here on this side. This is, so they're just two different things. Here he just still swing is down anyway, so this is a 201, 242 on this side. Yeah. 200, 240 is the upside cap on the Oracle for now if it managed to move up higher. So I see it. But I'm gonna when I'm gonna swing again, when we will have the official buy signal here. So we have to just wait now. That's all. It was a bad trade. That's it. And then the saga with this Bitcoin, it's I'm still tracking on a daily time. It's just have to wait. There's nothing we can do. When I will show you a buy signal here is when you sell your kidney. So I know I joke around all the time. Just wait for this. This will give us a much clearer path and a route. We'll see. We'll see. Just wait. I know what is building here, so just have to wait. I mean, I'm focusing. I'm trying this, which we did this like diagonal and this move. If that can happen, but anything is possible. We don't even have a buy signal here either on the daily time. It was there, but it failed because of these lows that we made for the whole week. So it doesn't mean it cannot trigger. It is due for one. But that's one right there that I came that it failed. Then okay, well then there's going to be another one. This is still under this cell right there. See from here. I need this. one of these buy signals. Okay, they're gonna go. So just wait for it. I take a lot of revenge trades as well. Okay, so look, we're gonna do the same thing as well. If one trade doesn't work, that I'm gonna be end up losing money on it. I just wait for the next signal. The same signal comes in, I'm gonna go back again. I just get the money back. It happened, and I've done it many times. It works. If one fail, there's a pretty good chance the second signal is gonna fire the same buy signal, right? Because that buy signal that it was there, let's say on a daily that failed, right? So your odds of second one failing is very, very slim. Okay, one's failed doesn't mean that every single other buy signal is gonna fail as well. One is gonna go. Okay, so the sequence, I'm not saying like they just fail one after another because they don't, they have to, it takes a long time. But once it's gonna come in, if it holds, that's it, it goes. So that's the trade right there. So we'll see what happens. If anything on the buy side triggers, if anything triggers on the weekly side, I will definitely let you know. So, okay, that's it. I think I'm done. 12 o'clock. I'm trying to sleep. I think I'm going to take a nap. Tired. It's kind of cold outside. A lot of snow got all melted, so a good thing. Very little left. Okay, I'm going to shut this thing off.